right, sorry about that, guys. Right. So once again, we're talking about the HVAC project, which is newly added to our solar account. We might be able to close more appointments on these because it's easier. You're asking less qualifying questions. They wanted us to start this one today, but I told them we'll need time to review the material before doing so because it's that easy. So we told them that we will be able to start on on Monday. It's not a case where those who are doing solar would still stay on solar. What they're trying to do is switch out where you guys are able to get better closing opportunity. So it's practically the same, just less qualifying questions. Um, so what qualifies you for this? First of all, is the program is called the Empower program for Maryland homeowners. So this is something that they would have already been familiar with. If they're not, you can let them know this is the Empower Maryland program that normally provides you with the AC ventilations, and in order for them to qualify, their credit score would have to be above 650. They would have to be the homeowner, so practically the opposite of what you're seeing here, right? So it has to be 10 years or more, right, in order for them to qualify. This is the opening script. Hi, this is, may I speak with Jita? Yeah, what do you want? Great. So, Jita, this is Shiloh with Home Advisory. I'm calling Maryland homeowners in your area about the state-backed energy program that's helping people replace their old heating and cooling system at absolutely no cost, no money down, no loans, no debt. If you remember, you don't have to say word for word. You can summarize it, all right? You don't have to be verbatim. No loans, no debts of any kind. Do you have about 60 seconds, or I probably just tell them? I'll just be brief with you, because I think this could save you real money every month. If they say that they're busy, I understand. When would be a good time to call you back? Or with Saturday morning? These are just some suggestions, all right? If they say that they're busy. Create the curiosity. So this is just for you once again. These are just additional resources so you can build a conversation on it. This is just a short version. Um, Maryland has money set aside right now through the utility rebates and federal program to replace outdated HVAC system for qualifying homeowners. All right, so if your system is more than 10 years old, there's a very good chance you qualify. The upgrade is completely free to you, and this is the part that people really like. The new system comes with 10 years of included maintenance and cleaning. No service bills, no surprise, no repair costs at all. They want you to pause when you get to here and let it soak in, right? So you have more area to add more information. You don't have to once again. These are just additional area to build your conversation on. I'll be like, Gita, most homeowners, they're spending about 150 to 300 a month or more than they need to spend every single month just because of their old system. It's inefficient. And the new high efficient system typically cuts heating and cooling system costs by 30 to 50%. So you will actually be saving right now, and that's real money back in your pocket, starting with your very first bill. Okay. Um, Once they qualify as you listen. May I ask how old is the cooling system in your home right now? Or I wouldn't say can I ask. I don't like to use this. I like to assume. All right, guys, try to assume. So, Gita, how old is the cooling system in your system right now? It's more than 10 years? Listen to what they say. If they don't know, it's fine. No worries. Sorry about that. No worries. Oh, dear. Let me close this out because it's going to pop up in the meeting, and this is not cool. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, so no worries at all. We're actually really that's actually really common. That's part of what our free energy assessment covers. Would you say that the system has been there since you moved in, or is it something that was recently installed? Something like that. If the system is 10 years or more, they want you to continue. Because remember, that is a qualifying question. It's there in green. So that's exactly the profile this program was built for. Older system are costing Maryland homeowners a lot more than they realize every month. If it's a case where it's less than the 10, then of course you're going to have to find a way to disqualify gracefully, according to here. So do it politely. If they're a renter, they're disqualified again. See, they put it there, DQ. If it's a renter, and just to make sure that we're talking to the right, sorry, and just to make sure we're talking about the right program, you're the homeowner there, right? But this is something that I normally ask up front. So it's up to you when you want to position it, as long as you mention it, all right? If yes, then that's one of the requirements. The program is specifically designed for homeowners. All right. If it's a renter, disqualify gracefully. Credit score section now, guys. And you could even utilize the same way we ask it based on solar now. It doesn't have to be anything different than that. The only thing that you're doing now is just changing the script, because if I'm going to pitch it, that's what I will do. So the credit score question, one last thing before we get you scheduled. The program does have a quick eligibility check built in, the kind that doesn't affect your credit score at all. It's really just their way of making sure that everything lines up on their end. Do you think your credit history is generally in decent shape? Nothing perfect is required. They're mainly just looking for things that are reasonable, solid. I wouldn't ask it this way, guys. I would just say, on average, is your credit score above, well, let me not say on average, the credit score above, to make sure that you are eligible for all financial options. Isn't that what we say right now? Is your credit score over 650 or below? And then that right there and then that would summarize all of this, so you don't even need to ask them that. To make sure that you're eligible for all financial options. Is your credit score above 650 or below? Yeah. If they say yes, good. Perfect. That's really great. You will need to move forward. So this is for you. If they seem unsure, the assessment itself is always 100% free and you're never committed to anything. The eligibility piece only comes up if you decide to move forward after the visit. Want to go ahead and get the, okay, so right there, if they're not sure, you still can schedule then. That's what they're saying. If they're not sure what their credit score is, you can still schedule. If they indicate that it's seriously poor, guys, you know what that means. They don't pay their loans, they have bankruptcy, collection problem, all kind of stuff. That's a disqualify, and you are also seeing where it is in red. Right? And you just disqualify them gracefully according to that. They ask now. Now I'm not going to really ask them when they're available. I'm going to tell them when I want them to book. I would want you guys to also approach with the same strategy that we're using on the solar account. So within 3 days. Alright, within 3 days. So here's what I'd love to do. Send a certified energy specialist to your home completely for free, no cost obligation, to assess your current system, confirm that you confirm what you qualify for, and walk you through exactly what you'd get and what you'd save. There's no pressure and no cost. I'll probably summarize it and say our consultant or energy specialist will be coming out, can be available tomorrow between the hours of 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. What day works better for you? What time works better for you? So that's how I would do mine. Confirmation and close. I would want to say close the same way you're closing right now on the solar account. So perfect, looks like you are qualified for, well, let me not say that. Let me just say I have you down for it. All right, so conclude the date and the time, and that they will receive a confirmation call before the specialist comes out, which takes about 45 to 60 minutes. So they get a confirmation call the day before, and the specialist normally takes about 45 to 60 minutes. Look at the current system, check for installation and duct work if applicable, and give you the full picture on what a no-cost upgrade would look like for your home. So to summarize this, once they agree to the date and time, so I have you down for tomorrow at 11 a.m., you'll receive a confirmation call from our energy specialist, and they'll take a look at your system. It normally takes about 45 to 60 minutes, They'll provide you with the details thereafter on what your upgrade would actually look like, okay? Is there anything else that you'd like me to note? Is there any dogs? Do we need to ring the bell or something? So this is where you try to get additional information. Voicemail, they say we don't need to leave voicemail. Guys, please, please, please do not leave voicemail. It's there. This is there as a placeholder, but they say we don't need to leave voicemail. And then they also added some objection handling, just in case you have someone, oh, I don't want debt. This is zero debts. No loan, no financing, no liens on your home. Equipment is funded through the utility rebates and state federal incentive program. You don't pay for it, okay? You don't pay for it. No upfront costs and nothing later. And oh, this sounds like a scam. Completely fair question. This is funded through Empower Maryland. Remember we were talking about this earlier? This is funded through Empower Maryland program, your utility energy saving program, and the Federal Inflation Reduction Act credits. We're happy to send everything in writing first, or you can look it up before we schedule anything. So you see, guys, you're not getting into anything too complicated. This should be easier for you. I'm really excited about this to see where this will go. Um, if they say, oh, the system is fine, that's great to hear. Even the efficient system benefits from a free assessment. And if everything checks out, you'll still be in great shape. Simple. Oh, I don't have the time for it. Well, the assessment takes less than an hour, ma'am. So you have zero obligations and you have the opportunity of getting qualified to see if your system is all checked out. How do you profit? We're a certified contractor for the rebate program, paid through the program. When we complete an approved installation, you pay nothing because the incentive is covered. The incentives covers our work. So practically, they're getting paid through the government. This is interesting. Why do you need to know about my credit? Well, totally fair question. The state program has a basic eligibility check built in, and that's a softball that won't affect your score at all. It really just it's just really the way for them to confirm the program is reaches the right homeowners. The assessment visit is always free either way. Okay? No cost. $0 out of pocket. No, nothing down. No loan, no debts, not ever. And 10 years maintenance, parts, labor, annual tune-up, and filter changes included for a full decade? You can't beat that with a baseball bat. So for those who can sell a pin to an anchor, this is now for you to utilize your sale tactics. There is a rebuttal. There is a rebuttal for everything that is happening. All right, so you can see it, the do's and the don'ts. Don't say free without clarifying the rebate funded. Pressure or rush to close. Use words like credit check. Say eligibility check. So, okay, we can't say credit check. So, remember that, guys. Eligibility check. All right. I'm going to have to spend some time and kind of come up with a script to make sure that you guys have the right wording so you don't, we don't lose anything or have to call back. But eligibility check, all right? Eligibility check, not credit check. Check dues. Listen more than you speak. Lead with saving and benefits, not specs. Frame the credit check as a soft eligibility step. But though I don't think, because it's really the same, but if they don't want us to use that, then we have to go with what they want, okay? Disqualify gracefully. Always leave a positive impression. Confirm the appointments with a follow-up text or email. But they don't want us to be too pushy. Um, we push past the disqualifying question because it wastes everybody's time. Nothing different than what you're not doing now. And that's really it, guys. What do you guys think about this, though? You think it looks easier? Think this is something that we can handle?
It looks easier in
That's what I
theory.
thought too. It does look easier because based on what we're looking at here, it's only three qualifying questions. Is their home, is there HC ventilation over 10 years? Are they the homeowner? And is the credit score over 650 or below? Those are the qualifying question, and we need to also ensure that they commit to the date and time to have that consultation done by the energy eligibility specialist. So it's just the wording that we'll use that needs to be a little bit different. And what Gita and I would just do is just work on fixing that script where that's the one that we would want you guys to use, or you can use this one because I don't want to complicate things having you guys going through different types of script. If you think you can manage this one right here, we would want you to use this as your guide, but we can put together a script specifically for that if it helps things to be more streamlined. What do you guys think about that? Would you want to use this, or would you want us to put together like a, because the thing is with this one, it has the rebuttals and it has the guide. So I'll probably open this if I'm going to be on the phone and use it as my guide, so I'll know what to say if they say this, because everything is on one sheet. You just need to get familiar with it, that's all. Yeah, I take that back. Let's use this because this is, it's more outline and detail. I don't want to complicate it for you guys. So take time out, practice this over the weekend. This is something that we're going to start as of Monday. So Monday we should be, hopefully we're able to get better closing. They're in the process of getting new data for us to start this on Monday.